everybody. Good evening. Come on into the room. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you're tuning in. I found to say, you don't say good evening, you just say, welcome, everybody. We're here to greet you as you come into the room. Come on in the room. Come on in my room. Spirit is my doctor, and he writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in my room, Life Coach Ade. Come on in my room. Come on in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Oh, yes, there is love in my room. Come on, Caroline. Love in my room. Susan. Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Oh, yes, there is peace in my room. Hey, Keith, peace in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my prescriptions, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in, y'all. There is hope in my room. What about faith? Hope in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, that means like prescriptions, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Do it no more Wednesday. Yeah, Maxine. There is faith in my room. Faith in my room. Willie, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. In my room. Mama Byars is swaying, huh, Susan?
Yes, I can feel her.
In my room, there is love in my room. There is peace, yes, in my room. There is a reason in my room for every season in my room, 'cause the Spirit is in my room. Oh, just come on in my room. Oh, come on in my room. Hey, Kiana, come on in my room. Barbara, Spirit is my doctor, and it writes out all of my scriptures, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room.
Let the church say amen.
So fulfilling.
Indeed it is.
Come on in, y'all. We got a beautiful, beautiful group of people lining up, coming on in the room. They filling up all the chairs. They coming in. They got the good seats. Rosalind got the good seat. Barbara, Kiana, Meg, come on in. Maxine and Marion. Hey, beloved, you in the room. Annette's in the room. Liliana Diaz is in the room. Caroline. K.S. Lovelace came on first. So we're just welcoming all those individuals who will be signing in, coming on in, and those who never say anything in the chat. We know you're with us. Hey, Reverend Ali. Hey, good to see you and good to have you right here with us. And
Yeah.
there's Life Coach Ade from the UK. Ademola Onifawoshe. How you doing, my brother?
I am wonderful. I am being
Rob
lifted up.
McDonald. Which Robert McDonald is that? Is that Rob
Um,
McDonald, the bass player? Is that Mac Bass? Or is that
an
Luz?
imposter.
Is that Luzette's Rob McDonald? I think it could be Rob McDonald. Rob McDonald. So, so how you doing, Life Coach?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be grateful.
Yes.
And I'm having one of those moments where life is cooking me so I can
Well,
soften up. Sometimes you get to do the show once we got over. Sometimes you do the show while you're going through it.
yeah.
And I mean it's one of those, it's yeah. Life is in session. I know a lot of people who are growing through and going through a lot these days, kind of weird and crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
I just know that I just need to breathe and push.
Yes.
I know that life is happening through me. I'm not being punished. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't even need to go down. Why would I create this? Well, I can, but what's the point? It's here. So what am I
Yes.
going to do with what's here? And just
Yes.
recognizing that also I might be judging it as why did I create this? It could actually be the result of an expansion of an answered prayer. And it is because it's forcing me, if you will, to focus on the thing that I say I wanted. So I'm embracing it. I'm accepting it and
Yeah.
moving through it. Life
Yeah.
is being life, and I'm here for it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Hey, I love the way you just expressed yourself. That's why they call you Life Coach Ade.
that's right.
You know, because you come with the coaching, my brother. And
Hey,
me,
I do
I
my
came,
best.
I came with the makeup.
Yes, yeah. Kiana said I like the light makeup.
Yeah, Georgia did my makeup, and Ade said, "Hey, you look like Georgia." I was like, "She did to me.
No, what
She
you say?
made
You
me look
say
like her."
she made me look like her.
Hey, I ain't got no
Oh,
problem with it. It's all scrumptiously
oh
lovely.
Lord.
Thank you. Hey, Rodney, come on, Rhonda, come on in, everybody. So this is so fulfilling. This is the evening we get to have our great conversations and music and just uh, just we get to kind of surf with each other for a while. Even from the beginning, when we were here before the show, before we came on, the conversations in the room with Jeff Nuss, our sound advisor, and life coach Ade and myself, it was just really rich in the room because uh, it, there's something that's going on always when you're in the flesh on the planet at this time. It is, it's just going on. And so we're here to bear witness to it. We're here to do our part
Yes.
and to bless each other along the way. So this is our check-in. I hope that that you guys are all taking time inside of your day to do a deliberate spiritual practice. Okay, all right, yeah, I'm kicking it now, man, because I was doing spiritual practice on the run, even though everything I do, I'm talking with God all the time. Because y'all know I'm always with God. God's always singing through me, always sending a song to me. Hi, Giuseppe. Always sending these messages to me. But the message where you get embraced, like in the song, the new song about I honor those who came
Oh,
before us, those who came, those who prayed and cared for me, those who dwell in liberation, who permit me now to speak. And then there's a part in it that says, I call upon my great ancestors. Show me how to love and fill my heart with words of inspiration and embrace me as I heal. So when I'm singing for us. Embrace me as I heal. Embrace us as we heal, as we get clear, as we become a more useful avenue of awareness. How about that? A greater, more expanded avenue of awareness. And when
yes.
we become expanded, just think of all those we're standing on their shoulders, right? And when we finally get it, they go like, yes, she got it. She got it. Even though maybe I did some things that felt tough for her, that she got it. She found the reason, the purpose. She made it work. Because everybody, man, we've all gone through stuff. We all have some nightmare stories, some of us. And those of you who've gone through nothing, thanks for listening to us.
If they've gone through nothing, they probably don't understand what we're saying. Like, what are they talking about?
Oh, but they're listening. But they're listening and getting fed by it. It's like they get to listen to the way the world works for other people, because we're sharing the world. So today we're talking about doing the part that we came to do.
Yes.
Doing the part that we came to do, playing the part we came to play. And there's a part in a song that I wrote for Miriam Green, the great Miriam Green. She's a great singer. And there's a part in it that says, sing through my heart. Oh God, my strength, my joy, my everything. Now this is me singing. Those are my words. And it's the first song that it wasn't the first song that I wrote without a partner, my usual partner beside me at that time. But this is the first song that I wrote for the choir. That was the first song that I wrote for the choir with a full arrangement. Well, I did all the choir arrangements, so I was doing all the arrangements. But all my songs that I wrote for the choir, I was writing with my former husband, right? And so in this case, I did it myself. It was my song. And it was just like, it was sing through my heart, oh God, my strength, my joy, my everything. And then there's a part that says, and let my words be acceptable to you. Let them resound in the spirit of the truth. And let the dream of what I am not be over, all over now. My God, you're what I am. Oh, lift my eyes to see only your will. Sing through my heart. This is a beautiful song. It's so beautiful. The words. Sing through my heart. That's like show me my part to do.
Yes.
And then it has a part that says, and let my words be acceptable to you. Let them resound in the beauty of the truth. Awake the one whose dream is strong, whose faith is gone, and who slept too long. That God is here and not far away. Oh, lift my eyes to see only your will. Only your will, good will. God is the highest. God is the highest good, gracious and only good. God's blessing sings through the earth, through the skies, that the universe is always good, gracious and only good. God's blessing sings through the earth, through my soul, that the universe is good. Sing through my heart, oh God, my strength, my joy, my everything. Sing through my heart. So Sing Through My Heart is about the song in me, but it's about the journey. It's about making the best use of my time on the planet here. What is that? And how may I serve today? And it's right there. It's right there inside of the gift. You know, it's right there inside of my gift. Yeah.
And
Yes.
speaking of gifts, sorry, Ricky, I just want to interrupt because I
You
want to
never have to
acknowledge.
apologize, Life Coach Ade. That's why I got you here.
Got it. I want to acknowledge Gretchen. You're talking about a gift. Every week she tags a lot of people telling about the show. And Gretchen, I just want you to know that we see you and we thank you for doing your part. And
Yes.
the other thing is, it is the real Rob McDonald that you saw on in the chat.
You
It's
mean
the
Rob
real one.
McBass, the bass player?
Rob McBass. Yes, him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because there is another Robert McDonald who was a great teacher. He's an NLP master, and he's a great life
Okay.
coach. He and his wife Lizette uh, 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 McDonald. I can't think of Lizette's other name before marriage, but
No,
they've been
maybe
married.
maybe it's him then. Okay, well, I just went with I made assumptions. I broke one of the four agreements. He said it's me, and I just thought, yeah. But
Yeah. Well, just ask, put in the chat. Do you play bass? Or do you,
you play bass.
what you do? But
You play
Rob
bass.
McDonald's a great singer too, and great teacher. And but so is the other Rob McDonald. The one is Robert, and the other is Rob. So
Ah,
so
oh,
Rob
okay.
McDonald would more than likely be the bass player, where Robert McDonald might be the teacher that does the workshops and the fantastic retreats with his beautiful wife Lizette. But welcome, whether you're the black Rob or the white Rob, we love you.
It don't matter if you're black or white. Welcome home.
Yeah. So I was on a call this morning, and it's called, I think it was called the Daily Antidote. And it comes out of Washington, D.C. And they meet at noon every day, and they're singing for 30 minutes or so. And they feature an artist. And I was the feature today. And I taught Grateful to be Grateful, and they loved it. They loved it. Because grateful to be grateful is so simple. But inside of the conversation they were talking about the host of the show, Joe Rassi. She was talking about my gift. She was talking about my activism. And she was like, and your activism is strong in the world. And she's talking, I'm thinking like, my activism,
Who
but
is she talking about?
she was like, and she started talking about Voices for Freedom and different things, and Kuumba and different things. And I started thinking about it, and I said, well, so she says can we talk about that? I was like, sure, you can talk about anything that you want to talk about with me. I'm open and I'm receptive. And so when they started asked me to talk about my activism, I said, well, my activism is everything that I'm doing.
Mm,
I'm actively engaged in my compassion. It's because you can get out and walk in the street on behalf of George Floyd, and say peace now, but not necessarily live the kind of life that delivers a better tomorrow.
tell
You
it.
see, what delivers a better tomorrow is our
Yeah.
moment to moment awareness and making the kinds of choices in our life that shape our future. And that great article that was in the New York Times, Georgia said that. She says with all the decisions that we make, we are shaping our lives. Our
Yes.
lives are shaped by the decisions that we're making about everything. About everything. And it was just a moment today where I was just bubbling over with so much it was almost like, I don't want to say it though, but it was like so much alignment. Like it was just like I was so in the pocket of acceptance of what it is that we get to do. And she was like, and she's all over the world. I was like, yeah, but I was local first. You know, you got to be local first. You know, it's like we got these great ideas that if we are known all over the world, that makes us somebody. What makes us somebody is when we're able to help the person right next to us who needs a helping hand, who needs our time. Somebody who, at least this is the world according to me. You know, we in the zone that I'm in. See, if I was in another zone, my story would be different. This is the story. This is my story. My story is that once I accepted that this is what I get to do. I get to be with these little children on Saturday. I don't get to be on NBC on every day with Dr. Phil by my side. I get to be with these little kids riding on the bus, going through greater Los Angeles, taking them to places that they've never seen before. I get to design a summer camp where every day they do field trips and they go to different places, you know, where 40 people are in our entourage with all these kids and we're taking them all over the place. And that's got to be enough. I mean, that was enough to see them happy. What was mine to do was to give somebody a job cleaning my house when they didn't have a job, when they asked me for a job. And it was like, well, can you need a little help around the house? I really didn't have the extra. I thought I didn't have the money. I was like, but you know what? I'll tithe to him. You know, I'll break off a little bit from to this person who's who doesn't want to be in the street anymore. He wants to have his own place. Who knew that 11 years later, he'd be working for Goodwill as a liaison to the city, and he's found over 1,000 jobs for people, 1,000 people. He's placed over 1,000 people in jobs. The one that I gave a job to,
Wow.
you know what I mean, has taught so many other people how to fish.
Yes.
I was on Skid Row yesterday. I was blown away by people working in the street, picking up the garbage. That's their job. They have a place down there called Fresh Spot. And the Fresh Spot is where you can go and get a shower, and then you can wash your clothes. They have a laundry there. You know, there's trailers like that they've put together, and it's really, really quite nice. And then they have a waiting room where people are waiting. It's all open air where they're waiting to get into the shower. And then they got a book. They had a standing, you know, one of those bookcases, you know, free libraries kind of thing. I was like, there are no books in there. I got books. I'm going to bring books down there. You know, I could put some books in there. I'm wondering what I'm going to do with all these books. They're going to Skid Row. When people are waiting to get in the shower, they can be reading about whatever it is, because all those books are about how to get ahead, about human empowerment. So my point is this, is like to see the people from Skid Row who've been off the street, keeping those trailers where people are taking showers pristine. I mean, they're doing the job. And they're not on the street anymore. These people that are working, there are people still on the street down there, you know, but there are others that work that are not anymore, and they're cleaning it up. And I was like, wow. And the person that's taking me around that everybody knows is the one that came to my Saturday school when I wasn't on NBC. You know what I mean? I was local. I was right here. Not local, but you gotta be a little crazy to come out of the box. But you know, but I was local. I was local, and I was I was on fire enough with the thought that we could have a learning initiative that inspired not just the child, but the parent, the grandparent, that we could all do it together and we could learn together. That the only real learning is when we're learning together. And we did that. You know, we did that. That's what was mine to do. You know, that's what was mine to do. And whether I don't know if it's not mine to do right now. Right now, the Be Hood is mine to do. Right now, singing on Saturday mornings with a great band is mine to do. You know, while I gear up for the next thing, baby. I was retired for 3 days. Now it's time to get back out there.
Well, you know that what you did is in that word, retire. You put a whole new tire on for the next phase. So yeah, you did it right. You did it right.
Yeah. Yeah, Susan, I got all those books, and now those books have a place to go. I'm going to take them down. Some of them have already gone up to Tehachapi, to a used bookstore up there, but I'm going to take them downtown to Skid Row. And I got so many books, man. I can be taking. I'm gonna be doing a few trips because that little book, that little case they got is about like this, you know. It ain't that big. I can put it. You know, I think the greatest feeling was to hear him say it was when you came. He said when Kuumba came, but he really said agape, because agape, we were all from agape, even though Kuumba was independent. But we were all from agape. He was like, you guys, you loved me. You had time for me. You gave my child a place to go. We had never been to the beach. You know, you came and picked us up in a bus. You took us to places we would never go. You know, and it was like, he says, and we needed some place to go. We needed to get off of Skid Row. We needed to get out of that environment to see that there was more to the world. And now, you know, that's what I knew at the time. And so it was just so it was soul fulfilling. It was soul fulfilling. And I did that before Let My Soul Surrender in those songs. You know what I mean? Like it was fueling all the things that we do. When we give and we share our gifts, our time, our love, it fuels us. You know, it's like we're giving, but we're fertilizing ourselves, and we're not fertilizing ourselves with doo-doo. We're fertilizing ourselves with inspiration.
Miracle grow.
Miracle grow.
Because love is the miracle.
Love is the
It
miracle.
transforms. That's right. Yes.
Oh, Jeff's got his hand up.
Jeff.
May I interject?
Jeff, go ahead.
The voice from on high.
May I interject?
Oh, certainly.
Yes.
Yes, you may.
I was a witness to what you did at Skid Row on more than one occasion. And I've told you many times, and I said this before we went live, and I think I want to speak this to all listening, is you walk the walk. There are others that say good things and everything, but I witnessed you hold these people in a loving space as they approached you. And I learned more about how to be around people and treat people on how you treated them. You were an example to me.
Thank you.
And the gentleman you're talking about who got the job, who you gave a job to, and then went back to share that, and what you were talking about being local and doing that, I witnessed you do that, and I wish there were more people that would.
And
do
I
that.
witnessed you show up with me to do it. You brought that equipment down there. You did your part. You know what I mean? It's like because you showed up and did your part, it made it easier for me to do my part. And oh my God, there is a performance on YouTube with Rickie Rouse and myself doing Mabel. Because we didn't have a drummer that day. The drummer didn't come. So it was just you. It was just me, Rickie Rouse, and I think John Hart.
Oh, I remember that. I
think it was John Hart. We didn't have a drummer. Yeah. And oh my God, that Mabel was killing. So you'll have to go on YouTube and look for, Rickie Byars, Beckwith or something, and on Skid Row, Mabel or something. I can't. Michael Blaze was the videographer. Michael Blaze, PLA, I think AZE. But it's a phenomenal performance of Mabel, and we were killing down there on Skid Row. The people was like, yeah.
They were so appreciative.
Yeah, they were appreciative, man. They loved us. I really remember that day really well, this particular day, because we were down there a lot. But this particular day, I hadn't had any food to eat. And I was like, man, I'm getting kind of lightheaded here because I haven't had any food. And they bought donuts that I had bought down there. And I was like, I can't eat that. That's going to make me sick. But they took up a collection. At the end of it, they put it on my table. They was like, this is for you to get something to eat. Wow. This is for you to get some food. I was like, what? It was that they got sold down there, man. And it was just to be down there yesterday and to see the place getting cleaned up, to see the people coming up to Lucky saying, hey, I'm ready for the job. I'm ready to work. And him saying, just come, you know what to do. Here's my card. I mean, they got all kinds of assistance to get you off the street down there. So here's a shout out to everybody that's doing their part to get people in places where they can live again.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
That's powerful. I mean, those kind of stories need to be amplified. And I also want to kind of shine light on, something that you did is so subtle that sometimes we can miss because we get hypnotized by what's in the news media, what's in social media.
yeah,
Breaking news, this is happening in this country. This is happening this and we go, "Oh my God, what can I do? I can't do anything." But you just told a story of you doing one act of kindness, you coming up with a way to help another brother, another sister, just one, open them up to now create jobs for more than 1,000 people.
mm-hmm,
And that whole thing about working local, there's a
mm-hmm,
quote that says something like, um, what is it? Think global, but work local.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes we feel like, oh my God, I can't do anything. I don't have what it takes. But you don't have to take on the wall. This is an elephant. There's an
Mm-hmm.
elephant on the earth. We can't
Mm-hmm.
eat it at once. We got to do it one bit. You do it in your local,
Yeah,
whatever that is,
yes,
your neighborhood, your community, your spiritual center.
yes,
And there's some people who need to do the global thing. If
yeah,
we all just get in line and do what God is singing through our heart, through our hearts,
yeah,
then I mean, now I won't say that. I won't say that it's happening, but we
yeah,
can amplify it more because it's not that it's not happening. We just don't see it
yes,
enough. But in
yes,
our own communities, like you're sharing, when we get into our spaces, we hear that and we think, "Oh wow, we need to see more of that." It is happening, but this doesn't sell products like lift your breast up kind of product, or
mm-hmm,
get rid of your bald head, or
yeah,
the blue
yeah,
pill at night. This is not going to
yeah,
sell products, and
mm-hmm,
it's fine.
mm-hmm,
We just need to remember that there's something that we're designed specifically, like a
yeah,
cell in the body, to
yeah,
do something. And I don't even
mm-hmm,
want to say specifically, because within us there's nothing we can do, but there's something that causes you to vibrate high.
mm-hmm,
And we may not always know how,
mm-hmm,
what,
mm-hmm.
but if we can say yes and walk
If
in
you
the
can,
direction of our hearts, the door will be open.
oh yes, oh yes,
And when the door doesn't open, it just means you need to stay there a little bit to breathe.
yeah,
And you might go, "What am I to do?" I mean, oh, wait, there's a skylight. And you go out the skylight. There's always a way.
yeah,
I can't get through this door. Just
yeah,
take a moment and I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah,
I don't know which direction to go. Show me.
yes,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
we
I,
can
I
do so
remember,
much more.
I remember when I got the bug about Kuumba and really starting a school, which and people think that I had a school. My school was a learning initiative. We were studying how grown-ups teach, how we learn, and children were with us, but the children were never the problem. The problem is the adult, that's teaching them because they're teaching an old paradigm. And so with the children, we were able to have them guide us to more space, and children and grown-ups with children's hearts, with the hearts of a child.
Yes.
We had some amazing artists that would show up. We had great workshops, and I'm saying all that to say, to not to blow up what we did in the past, but to say that that thing that we love to do is still carrying me. It's still
Yes.
calling me forth. It's like somebody was like, "Well, you're going to still do the camp." I was like, "I'm doing something else now."
Hmm.
There are others that can do the camp. Younger. Like it's like I don't want to have too many Danny Glover moments under the sun. You go like, I get too old. But there are other things that we're doing now just because the world has changed. The world has shifted, and
Yes.
and what we did 10 years ago, there's something else that's being called forth now. And
Yes.
so I'm just laying low to see what that looks like, and but it has something to do. It does have something to do with my little friend Mama Hill, I gotta say, because I love her, and she has a beautiful, beautiful heart of service, and I just love what she does. And she's right there in the neighborhood with the people. So we do things together. You know, we got the music conservatory I'm working on, you know, so that you can have that music anytime you want to and people can really learn the songs. It's all kind of wonderful things bubbling in my future. But in my present, right now, what's most important is this moment we're in.
Yes.
What's most important is that I'm fully present right now with those around me. What's fully present is that I watch my conduct with other people so that I'm not pushing them to be something beyond what they're seeing for themselves. You know, it's like sometimes people have to be where they are, and we have to love them as they learn their lessons. We have to hold them high, but we can't learn their lessons for them. They have to learn their own lessons, you know, wherever that takes them. And that's a hard one sometimes because we don't want our loved ones to suffer, but, you know, they have to grow.
Yes, yes, yes. Where they are. And
Wait a minute,
sometimes,
what's happening in the chat?
oh, they're chatting away. There's like 70 who, what, where, what? And
Well, Star was like, can you do something, turn me around? No.
you saw that? Yeah. Any chance? Like, Rickie, I like this inspirational stuff, but can I put in a request?
Ain't nobody got no requests in here but Star.
Yeah. He said, I'm a star after all. I mean,
She
come
is
on.
a star. She is a star. I'll sing a little bit of it, Star. The name of the song is Something Turn Me Around. Well, I was headed in the wrong direction. In life, making all the wrong selections. What? And I was blind to a world that I could not see. Some call it a normal, but it's insanity. Something happened inside my head. A surge of a light pulled me from the dead, and I stopped, and the spirit got a hold on me. Something turned me around, something turned me around. And if you wanna find me, I'll tell you where I live. It's on higher, higher, higher ground. Oh yes, something turned me around. Hey, do I have some reverb? Well, I gave up mental contamination and started building a spiritual foundation. And the world all around me was falling down. And when it crumbled, I saw higher ground. Oh! Something happened inside of me. I stepped into my true identity. I stopped, and the spirit got a hold on me. Something turned me around. Something turned me around. And if you wanna find me, I'll tell you where I live. It's on higher, higher, higher ground. Oh yes, something turned me around. Something turned me around. Y'all know what turned me around. Yeah. That's all you get in the day, Star. And what y'all got? Oh, the requests are coming in. Oh, Lord.
Star started something. The request kept coming in after that.
Yeah. What is it? What is, you know, that the other part of being willing and finally inspired to really deliver that thing, you know, and some people are like, I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah, you do. It's the best part of you that you don't force on people, that you find a way to share. You don't force
the
it.
best part of you that you don't force on people. Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me just take a breath on that. Yeah.
You know, it's the best part of you. You don't even have to force it. You know, you just it opens the way for you. It opens the way. Yeah. Oh wow! I'm just saying this. Make the check out the Kuumba. We got the thing going on here. Ayana must be in the room somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the one disguised as Ayana. Or I guess she's taking over. She's sending me thoughts.
She's sending you thought. Oh yeah, it's you disguised as
She's
Ayana.
pretty powerful. I'm
Hey,
Lil
Ayana
Mel.
Stokes. Yeah, she's the angel. You're welcome, Star. I love you. By the way, Star and all of the sisters on the call, the Soul Sisters Retreat, it will be a virtual retreat this year. Probably in 22 we can go live again, but for right now it's a virtual one more year. And we invite you. I think registration opens today. It's a great retreat, and it's 3 days. So we start on Friday and we end on Sunday afternoon, and we are. I think we give the best retreat in the world. I really do. I think it's so beautiful. It's very, very, very soulful, and when we were done last year, we were like, what? Sitting, and we thought, like, sitting at a computer. No, we made it happen. We made it come alive, and it was really quite fantastic. So registration opens today for Soul Sisters, and we invite you to participate. Check it out. This will be our 23rd year, and we're doing it like this because we do it well. And thank you, Greta Sashida, for making me do it so many years ago. Thank you, Mary Mann and Marcy, for showing me how to do it. Yeah. And I did 15 years of women's retreats with Mary Marcy. Happy birthday, Mary. Mary's birthday was yesterday. And we just see her in her wholeness and her health. And Greta also. They both are working through healing challenges. And but all is well, and all shall be. Hey, Lona, Elias, love you both. That's a day working it. Okay, Ayana. Yeah, so you go to Soul Sisters Today. I almost said Gold Sisters. SoulSistersToday.com. SoulSistersToday.com. And you can find out information about it. Okay, it's the last Saturday in July, always. The last Saturday in July. Okay, and let's see. What else is happening? Oh, yeah. I'm turning 70.
60, 70? What number is that?
I'm 69 and a half. I am 69 and a half, baby. I turned 70 October 10th, and we're having a big, big party in Kauai, and probably the last of the journeys going in that direction, because I'm going the other direction. After 70, I'll be headed more toward the motherland. But right now, we're going to Mother Pele, and we're going to be with Pele in the islands, the new lands of Hawaii and in Kauai in particular, and that's it's filling up. So we have some rooms at the Grand Hyatt Resort and Spa. It's going to be a lot of fun. Those of you who can make it, I look forward to having you there. It is not a retreat. Rickie's going to play. So if you will be having some deep conversations around the hot tub on the beach.
Coming to party.
Yeah, we're coming to have a great time. Making my reservations tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Greta's doing good though. She's healing well. So I want you guys to know she's healing well, and so is Mary. All right. So so what was that quote from Howard Thurman? Because we were talking about, doing the thing that is yours to do. And
Anna said I'm working my magic. Hopefully this works. Oh, it worked. There you go. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, that's tough. Come on, life coach.
What can I say?
I want to grow up to be just like you, baby.
Nah. That'd be too crowded. You be you, I be me.
Follow the grain in your own wood.
That's right.
Follow the grain in your own wood.
Mm-hmm.
And do your thing. But let your heart guide you. Let the ancestors speak to you. Let the Holy Spirit show you the way. Like, I love that part. It says, I call upon you, great ancestors, show me how to love and feel my heart with words of inspiration, and embrace me as I heal. Yeah, I am healing too. Wow, I feel good these days. You look amazing. Thank you. Y'all can tell a Libra that all day. We just go like,
But then you try and balance it by saying, well, other people look good too. All right, enough already. It's like, take the compliment.
Take it.
Take it.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
but I can't imagine, being at this point and not knowing you, Life Coach Ade. Like if you were not doing what you're doing. And here I want to send, talking about some great ancestors. That Barbara King was something else, wasn't she? Dr. B.
She's still here. To me, she's still here.
Oh no, she's part of the great entourage and of the
Yes.
invisible. Yes.
Oh,
She's
Dr.
so
Barbara.
happy we're doing this.
Yes.
She's so pleased with what we're doing. You know,
She.
I mean, when I first met Iyanla Van Zandt, it was with Dr. Barbara. When I met so many people, it was with Dr. B. I just met so many people through her. And she knew, she was an interesting woman, man. She knew everybody. So if she really liked you, and she loved me, Dr. B loved me, man. If she loved you, she loved you. She loved you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She walks in truth. And I've had different experiences with her. Sometimes I've been checked and I'm like, why am I being checked? And sometimes I've been loved up. And I think it was 4 weeks. Yeah, Dr. B would check you like, hey, I just wanted to say namaskar.
Well, namaskar is her namaste, right?
You must go. Okay, I got it. But I think it was like, I don't know, maybe about 4 weeks before she left her physical body. I actually had a dream about her. And I just thought I'll call her because I hadn't spoken to her in a long time. And I called her and, I was like, hey, this is Ade, I'm in UK now. I used to write daily thoughts. She said, I know who you are. So just talking with her and sharing some things that I hadn't shared with her. Because, the dream, I didn't tell her that I dreamt about her, but I knew it was a nudge for me to reach out to her. And when I did, we just had a great conversation. She thanked me for writing daily thoughts, how she appreciated it. I told her about when she was teaching the metaphysics of the Bible and how that was something that really changed my life. Because now in the past, I look at the Bible, I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with it. It's too much other stuff. I don't want nothing to do with it. No,
Me too.
When I see the Bible, I'm like, I'm out.
Me too.
Literally, numbers go. I was going to numbers stay, but I'm numbers going. But through the metaphysics of the Bible and how she taught it, my God, I was getting inspired.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why am I getting inspired from the Bible? Because I was hearing truth in a way that I've always felt in my heart, in my soul, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
So I was so grateful that I got to share that. And she said, well, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah. And I just wanted more. I wanted to know more and learn more. And I'm grateful that she followed. She gave her gift. She said yes.
Her gift.
She gave her gift.
She said yes. And I'm going to tell you something. She was such a mentor for me because Dr. B, man, was unapologetically great.
Yes.
Dr. B told me, this is before all these times we live in now, but back in the day, like back in the 90s or early 2000s, she was like, oh, you gotta dress for the plane, baby. Y'all need to dress. She's talking to me and Michael. She said, y'all got to dress. And you got to dress for the plane. And I was like, I didn't even question it. I started dressing for the plane. So when it was time to travel, I made sure that I looked good, traveling. She says, no, people know you. They love you. They want to see you looking good, But now, Dr. B, my looking good is some clean jeans and clean shoes. I think near the end, I think Dr. B was wearing some running suits on the plane too. Because the whole travel industry changed after 9/11. Everything shifted radically. Even the flowing gowns and stuff that she used to wear. You couldn't even. They searching you all day when you have on a skirt. But here's a shout out to Reverend Helen Carey, who passed also this week. Reverend Helen was with the Christ Unity Temple in Chicago. So she was second hand. She was the Soul Sister's sidekick, assistant, extraordinary to Dr. Johnny Coleman. And I remember Reverend Helen, Dr. Johnny, and Dr. Barbara, you talking about some bad sisters.
Powerhouses. Yes.
Powerhouses. And the first time that I was at Hillside, and they were doing that breakthrough conference, I think I talked about this one time, and they had these chairs across the stage. They had 10 chairs on the stage. And when they came on the stage, they were like, we're not coming to play. And they were the tallest women I'd ever seen. And they had on flowing robes. And they were, I mean, these were some bad sisters, bad. They were like, we came to teach prosperity.
Yes.
And they put P is for power. R is for responsibility. O is for omniscient. I mean, they were just like putting all the letters across, walking. And I was like, I've never seen a display of acceptance so regal in any kind of woman, but specifically Black women. And it just like really inspired me because my idea of money and having money was still too much on the humble side. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know what? Less is more. Like I don't need all that. And I still don't need all that. But money ain't bad.
Right.
You know, it's easy to say you don't need all of that when you're rich.
Right.
You know, when they knocking on your door for that rent, you go like, no, you need to know some other things at that point. And it was Dr. B that showed me how to deal with it, how to face the truth, or at least to see the facts, and how to change my thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. B put me on her lap and rocked me as I cried. They were waiting for her to sign books. She was like, no, I'm with my baby right now. I didn't even know we were that close. But she looked at my face and she saw I was breaking down. You know how sometimes you're in a spiritual community and you hear all this talk about, you got one great teacher after another coming through, showing you how to make money, how to realize greater wealth, how to do this, how to do that, workshops, but you still haven't cracked the Moses code yet, the genius code or whatever it is. You ain't you got the law of attracting, but you ain't attracted at all, And you doing
you're breaking it down.
Well, you're doing all the things, but the thing is that there's another portion of that. That is just boilerplate information because there's so much beyond that they cannot teach because they don't know it, right? But I have learned a whole lot. But it started with Dr. B, who put me on her lap and rocked me and just let me cry because I was so broke. I didn't have any money. And I'm the music and arts director of the conference. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't getting paid for a service. It was part of my job. You know what I mean? And she rocked me and told me, she said, you write a letter and you spell out what it is you want. She says, and she said, you thank them for everything they've given you. You thank them. You hear that? Gratitude. She said, you thank them. And then she said something really magnificent. She says, but then you tell them that the universe is your source, not them. That the universe is your source. Because I had it wrong. I had it convoluted. They were my universe and they were the people that were supposed to have been paying me. And she was like, no, the universe is your source, baby. And I'm going to tell you, when I wrote that letter and I gave one to him and I gave one to them and I put one under my mattress, just like she said, and I took it out every other week and read it just like she told me, the world began to shift. But it had already shifted because she took the time to what? Love me.
Love you. That's it. She loved you.
She loved me. And that was the missing piece all along, was somebody to hold you, to tell you, you know what? I got you. So I want to tell everybody on the call, hey, in consciousness, let's have each other.
Yes.
We got you. We got you right here in consciousness.
The power of love. Love in action.
Love. So
love that goes beyond
words. Here's a shout out
to Dr. Barbara.
To Dr.
Barbara King. Yes. Dr. B.
Dr. Barbara Lewis.
Reverend Dr. Bishop She was collecting the
Man,
titles.
she had so many titles. Reverend Dr. Bishop Chief.
Right?
She was everything but the mayor.
Mhm.
And she could have won that if she ran.
Well, she had an airport named. Well, she didn't have the airport named after her, but she had the chapel in Atlanta named after her. So
Oh,
she
really?
yeah.
Oh,
I
fantastic.
think it's a chapel. Yes, they had a big ceremony. I was back here when they did that, but yeah, she left a mark.
Oh,
She
she
left.
definitely. Oh, even without that, she
She left
left her
more
mark.
than a mark.
Yeah, she left her mark in my heart. You know,
Yes.
she left
Yes.
the mark in my heart. And she called
Oh.
me 2 weeks before she passed to make sure that I was all right. She said, "Baby, are you all right?" I said, "I'm all right." Well, I'm just
Wow.
checking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But you know what's interesting? Is that we had two people at Hillside that made their transition. I'm sure you know Rudy. Rudy, it was one of the ushers, just a
Yes.
loving man. He
Yes.
made his transition, and then another young man made his transition. And Dr. Barbara did like a Facebook Live, and she said, "What's that proverb? I think it's a Ghanaian proverb or African proverb about a giant tree have fallen, something like that." She was like, "We've had two giant trees fall in our community," and I tell you, when I was looking at that video, I felt something
Yeah.
because he was like, 2 weeks later, a week later, she made a transition,
Yeah.
and I was like, she was telling us about her.
Yeah.
Because not to say Rudy and the other dude is not,
Yeah.
but Dr.
Yeah.
Barbara is a giant tree.
Yeah.
I mean, and she showed up as a tree.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of her where she stretches her hands out,
Yeah.
her arms out like this.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful because of Dr. Barbara, I am here today.
Yeah.
I know life in a new way.
That's where I
because-
met you. I met you at Hillside.
And speaking of people's love, it's the way you be that was attractive because when I first met you, the way you talk, I know other people that feel the same way. You engage with people as if they're your family members, and I used to feel seen when I talked to you,
Yeah, I can
and
see
there were
it.
times I was like, whoa, I just feel lifted because you will pay attention, you will speak to what's happening, and then you one day met my brother, and then you used to say, "You're Tony's brother." I'm like, no, he's my brother. But I took it. My brother likes that. You're Tony's brother, and and when I think of agape, I definitely think of you, what you bring, and who you are. You have a way of just expressing agape love in a way that I can feel, that I appreciate.
Thank
And from our first interview on my show, I was like, yes, I interviewed Rickie, and then just started. This is kind of natural for me when you said, "Come on, I need you to join me. I want you to join me," and it was like, of course. So
Well,
thank
hey,
you.
it was your idea. You should have said yes.
Right?
Hey,
But thank you.
we're getting close to the end. I want to tell everybody that you can see Life Coach Ade. You can hear him and see him on Being You, which airs at 10 o'clock Pacific time on Tuesday morning. Yeah, 1 o'clock Eastern time and 6 p.m. in the UK. Is that right?
Correct.
And then you have B Radio at 6 o'clock every day. Something's popping on, except for Wednesday. It's our day. And but you can the podcasts are getting better. So wonderful. And we have Jeff Kushner's show and Beverly Brewster's Sherlock on Mondays. Dorothy James's show on Thursdays, and Norma Cho's on Fridays, and John and Kathy on Saturdays, the first Saturday of the month. And then we have the great Dr. Lori would Take a Moment for Health, and that she comes in and out on B Radio. And so this is B Radio, and we have that, and then we have the B Hood on Saturday. Okay, so that we're doing our part to keep you inspired and keep you reaching deeper inside, to touch that place in you that's real and that wants to open so that God's love can flow from you. All righty. So
Because Spirit
thank
is
you for
calling
being
you.
here. Spirit's calling you.
That's right.
Spirit's calling you. So thank you, Life Coach Ade. Thank you, Jeff Nuss.
Yes.
We're blessing all of our families. We're blessing everyone right here and now. Be with God. Be with love. Be with compassion. Be with joy. Be okay with who you are and what you came to do. God bless you and keep you now and always. Peace.